Gemara tells us that one of the major problems that led to our downfall and ultimately to the Golus, which started way back in the Midbar with the Meraglim, and this is reflected in one of the later chapters in KAJ, which, although written in the order of Aleph Beis, the order is somewhat incorrect because the Pei and the Ayin are reversed. And really, of course, Ayin should come first. And says the Gemara that this is to reflect what the Meraglim did, where they went wrong, because they put their Peh before their Ayin. They put their mouth before their eyes. They spoke before they had actually had a chance to see what really was the reality there. They decided what they wanted to see, and therefore they spoke first. And therefore it stands to reason that what we need to do is to reverse that process, to put, as it were, our eyes first, and only then to speak, to examine first, to look at a reality, to look at things positively, urei b'tuv Yerushalayim, to have an ayin tova. The problem with this, however, is as follows. It occurred to me, if we look at the Haftorahs, and then indeed the Parashios that we read, it would seem that we don't reverse the order. We keep that problematic, troublesome order. Let's think about it. What are the three Haftorahs? We have in this order, we have Divrei Yirmiyahu, we then have Shimu, and then we have this week's Chazon. So we have speech first, again, and then hearing, and only then Chazon. And indeed, with the Parashios which we read now, we have Vo'eschanan, V'hoyo Ekev Tishma'un, and Ra'ei. So again we have speech, and then listening, and then seeing. I don't understand. I thought the whole idea surely is to be Mesakein, is to rectify this troublesome order. And this bothered me for a while. And I'd like to suggest an answer. And perhaps it goes as follows. Because the Gemara in Bava Basra discusses that the Meraglim put their mouth before their eyes. There was no question of listening anyway. And then I remembered a Gemara which says, a Gemara in Shabbos, which talks about Na'aseh v'nishma. And the way that there is a Gentile who makes fun, I think it is of Rava. And he says, Ama pazizu, you are a hasty, unthinking people, that you put your mouth before your ears. You said Na'aseh before you said Nishma. And Rava owns this and wears it as a badge of pride and says, you bet. We trusted the Rabbeinu Shalom. We committed orally. We said Na'aseh. And only then, Nishma, did we listen. And I think perhaps this is the answer. When all you have is the mouth and the eye, and the mouth is a prerequisite to the eye. The mouth says, and it determines what you want to see. If you have clarified what you want to see, then we know you will see whatever it is you want to see. We know this through psychology. We know this in real life, cognitive dissonance, confirmation bias. There's so many ideas. You will only see what you want to see. If, however, there is something in between the mouth and the eye, there is the ear. The ear which represents Torah Sheba'al Peh, to listen. Torah Shebechsav is seen, is read, it's there, it's external. Torah Sheba'al Peh is something that has to be heard from a Rebbe. It has to be something that has to be internalized and understood. It shows humility. It shows acceptance. The word Shema means to hear, to understand, and to accept, says the Rashba. The way to reverse the mouth before the eye is to interject the ear in between, in the middle, and that's what we do. Divrei Yirmiyahu. And then we have Shimu, Devar Hashem, listen, understand, and then you can construct a vision, a Chazon, which is based on what has been said and what has been heard and listened and internalized. You have a Vo'eschanan el Hashem, V'hoyo Ekev Tishma'un, and then Re'ei, then we are capable, truly capable of seeing that we have two choices in life. There is bracha u'klala, but we need to construct that world vision by committing first and foremost, and then being ready to listen and to accept. May that be our chazon for this 3 weeks, and may this be our last Tisha B'Av. Good Shabbos.